Hello and welcome to another quick show and tell. This time it's Operation Merkur, Operation Mercury, the Invasion of Crete, 1941. By TSWW. The system is called TSWW. The Second World War, by the knowledge company distributed by Diffraction Entertainment. So I've had this for a little while. It's a print and play version of the game. I was very interested in the system, but as I've seen that it's really huge with lots of maps and a lot of counters. I said, what's the most manageable one I can find for a reasonable price? I said, oh, Operation Merkur. And now that we are nearing the anniversary of the invasion of Crete, I said, hey, why not? Let's pull this out. I've made a print and play for quite some time, for about, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months, or something like that. But I never got to, I don't know, I never got to sort the counters, let alone delve into the system. But it looks promising, and I said, hey, maybe this will be an incentive to go deeper. So the print and play version comes with the rulebook. Of course, I printed and bound it. It's a very dense rulebook. It has, mind you, this is the abridged version of the rulebook. So we have the global rules abridged for the system. So I'm curious about the unabridged version of the rules, but they look okay. There are a bunch of rules, of course. Mostly text. There are a few images about I don't know, unit identification or something like that in a separate booklet, but there's a whole lot of text. Well, I don't really mind. I'm a very text-based person, and I will see if stuff like this needs clarification. I'm used to rule books from Red Sash Games, so I hope they are as well written as those are. And then we have a bunch of abbreviations, and they come handy. I mean, this appendix comes really handy because there are a lot of abbreviations in the order of battle. I tried to make a quick setup. You don't have a quick setup here. You have to take a lot of decisions, because the setup, as you will see, is not fixed. You don't have the fixed positions, the historical positions. Rather, you have to decide for yourself. I mean, each side decides for his or herself. So this is the rulebook. As you've seen, 55 pages. Yeah. So, and this is the abridged version. Then we have the orders of battle. So this is game 5 in the system in 2014, as I've shown before. It's basically a long line of units with basic areas not very precise, so you have to choose, as I've said, where you would put your unit. Information about logistics, and then we have Germany, Luftwaffe and Army. Of course, the historical units, but you have to choose. It's like Peloponnese. I believe it's Peloponnese, but it's consistent, so maybe it's a choice. We have Peloponnese. So we have Luftwaffe units and army units. The LWs are Luftwaffe, and those like this one, GJGR, I believe it's Gebirgsjäger, which is mountain corps or something like that, mountain troops. Then other type of then the OKH, Oberkommando des Heeres, reserve and stuff like that. Aircraft units with a point-based system for the air units. Then the Allies. Oh, first the Italians, the Italian army. You see, any porting roads, so you have to choose. Well, roads is not that big, but it has one port, so maybe those little ones are ports too. I don't know. Then the Italian Air Force, optional forces for the Regia Aeronautica and Regia Marina for the Air Force and the Navy, and then the Allies logistics, Greek Army, then UK Army, RAF in Crete and in North Africa, the FAA and the Royal Navy, and optional units. So this is for one variant. This is neglected to say, there's a 5-day variant, and then there is a half-month variant. And there are orders of battle for each, with optional forces and such. And some replacement counters for Mare Nostrum, which is another game in the series. Well, I believe it's the game that, but I may be mistaken. I believe it's the game that ties every game in the Mediterranean zone into one big game. So this is 10 pages, the order of battle, and then we have a unit identification table for mainly NATO symbols, and then additional descriptors for the game, and the symbology for the generic counters, which comes very handy because I had a few problems with those, but they are nice, beautiful colored guides and national color identifiers, which is very nice. Well, maybe my printer got it this way, but the Greek looked very much like Slovakia. So, well, they can be Slovakians in this battle, so they must be Greek. But that's just my I don't know, mesmerizing rambling. And then we have game chart, a series of game charts referenced in the manual, so you have to go back and forth on them. Supply effect charts, ground combat, uh, ground combat results, air combat. Really a long line of charts in this booklet. And air stacking charts, ground stacking charts, so 18 pages of, and miscellaneous. Naval combat range display, 18 pages. Then we have a bunch of counters. There are not so many. I've seen many more, so the size is manageable. We have Air Force, German Air Force, Luftwaffe counters, Luftwaffe and Luftlande counters. Then we have the army counters for the Germans. Then the Italian Air Force. Then the Italian Navy and land forces. I've put them in the same box because the land forces are quite so they have a few counters, so I said why not. I'm fairly satisfied with how they turned out. My counters they're not the most pretty around, as you can see in this otherwise interesting, what have, if you focus, Decimamas counter. They are plain, they're simple, I love them. My PNP print and play I don't know, expertise is limited, and you see I've made some errors. They are not aligned perfectly. Some of them are need more trimming, and others not. They all could use some corner clipping, but these are the Greeks. They're okay. They're functional. I'm not so fussy about counters. So if you are, please accept my apologies. These are the Royal Air Force counters. These are the British and the Commonwealth counters. We have those with the red writing are the New Zealanders, and the yellow ones are the Australians. Then the Royal Navy, which are a bunch of the biggest pile, I believe, biggest single pile. So there's a big presence in the Mediterranean. And then we have some information markers like hit points and supply points and out of supply counters like those and stuff like that. So yeah, nice counters. I really don't make them justice. The way I made them doesn't really do them justice, but they're okay. I like what I did. I mean, not that I'm overly satisfied with it, but they are functional, and it's okay. And then we have this map. I printed it on paper and then laminated each piece and stick them together in threes on the longitudinal side for ease of carrying and stuff like that. But I don't know if the glare would be, oh, it's rather okay. There's a bit of glare if light shines directly on it, but I really like the map. Again, my print and play abilities need honing, to say the least. So this is Crete, but I really like the map. The map is a thing of beauty. Maleme airfield, with the site of the Battle of Maleme and other important elements like Heraklion. Like I said, oh, there you go, the glare. I've laminated them to protect them more and protect them from the occasional spilling and stuff like that, but they do have drawbacks. I mean, the lamination does have drawbacks, but yeah, I really like the map. I haven't said it enough. So we have some big hexagonal zones. I really don't know much about them yet, and of course the fact that it says Mediter means that it's just a segment of a bigger map, the map of the entire Mediterranean basin. But yeah, that's mainland Greece with Athens over there, and then we have the Cyclades and the Dodecanese and Rhodes, and we have that big glare over there, mainland Turkey. So yeah, all in all, it was a fun experience putting them together, and it's a nice challenge to see what's what with this game. And yeah, I'm looking forward to when I'll have the time to research the best positions and stuff like that for the setup and learn the rules. So I'm looking forward to trying this game out. Well, all in all, nice. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.